In this video, we are going to find the derivative of the square root of x minus 2 and the derivative of x cubed minus 2x using the limit process. So let's find the first derivative of f of x equal to square root x minus 2. So let's start with f of x equal to square root of x minus 2. So we substitute x equal to x plus delta x to find f of x plus delta x. So we have f of x plus delta x equals to square root of x plus delta x minus 2. Now we write the definition of first derivative. First derivative is equal to limit delta x approaches 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x over delta x. Now I substitute f of x equal to square root of x minus 2 and f of x plus delta equals to square root of x plus delta x minus 2 in this limit definition. So now we have f prime x equals limit delta x approaches 0, the square root of x plus delta x minus 2 minus square root of x minus 2 over delta x. Now if we replace delta x equals 0, this becomes square root of x minus 2 minus square root of x minus 2, which will be 0. So the delta x is also 0, so it will become 0 over 0. So that means we rationalize the numerator, which means multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of this numerator. So which is square root of x plus delta x minus 2 plus the square root of x minus 2. So now we have this one, limit delta x approaches 0, the square root of x plus delta x minus 2 minus square root of x minus 2 over delta x. So I multiply the square root of x plus delta x minus 2 plus the square root of x minus 2 over the square root of x plus delta x minus 2 minus the square root of x minus 2. So now we can multiply these together and we can multiply these together. So this becomes limit delta x approaches 0, the square root of x plus delta x minus 2 minus the square root of x minus 2 times the square root of x plus delta x minus 2 plus the square root of x minus 2 over delta x times square root of x plus delta x minus 2 plus square root of x minus 2. Now we need to multiply. Well, one way is you could multiply a repeated distribution, but it will be a long process and there is a chance if we make a mistake. So I think this looks like a difference of two terms and this is what sum of two terms. So we can think of this special product formula, a minus b times a plus b, which is a squared minus b squared. So we're going to apply this. So here a is the square root of x plus delta x minus 2 and the b is square root of x minus 2. So using this formula so now we have limit delta x approaches 0, square root of x plus delta x minus 2 squared minus square of square root x minus 2. Now we can apply this rule. The square of square root of a is simply a. So using this rule, says square of square root will have x plus delta x minus 2 and square of square root x minus 2 gives x minus 2 and everything else the same. So now we distribute negative sign here and you have x plus delta x minus 2 minus x plus 2. So now we can combine the like terms or cancel out. Well, x cancel with minus x, minus 2 cancel with plus 2 and we're left with limit delta x approaches 0 delta x over delta x times the square root of x plus delta x minus 2 plus the square root of x minus 2. Now we can cancel out delta x with delta x and we have a limit delta x approaches 0, 1 over the square root of x plus delta x minus 2 plus the square root of x minus 2. So now we can do direct substitution, delta x equals 0 and we have this. When you do direct substitution, you do not need to write this limit. So we have now 1 over square root of x plus 0 minus 2 plus the square root of x minus 2, which reduces to 1 over the square root of x minus 2 plus the square root x minus 2. So this will become 1 over 2 times square root of x minus 2. And that is the derivative of the square root of x minus 2 by the limit process. Okay, so let's see example 2. And we find the first derivative of f of x equal to x cubed minus 2x using the limit process. So let's start with f of x equal to x cubed minus 2x. Let's find f of x plus delta x. And to do that, we substitute x equal to x plus delta x here. So it becomes f of x plus delta x, and x cubed becomes x plus delta x to the power 3, and it's minus 2, and x becomes x plus delta x. Now we expand x plus delta x cubed using a plus b cubed equals to a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. If we assume a is x and b is delta x, so using this formula we have x cubed plus 3x squared delta x plus 3x delta x squared plus delta x cubed. And now we can also distribute negative 2 into x plus delta x. We have negative 2x minus 2 delta x. It looks like nothing cancels out. So now we write the definition of the derivative. So we have f prime x equal to limit delta x approaches 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x over delta x. So now we substitute f of x plus delta x equal to x cubed plus 3x squared plus times delta x plus 3x delta x squared plus delta x cubed minus 2x minus 2 delta x. And with the f of x, we substitute x cubed minus 2x. So the f prime x becomes limit delta x approaches 0, x cubed plus 3x squared delta x plus 3x delta x squared plus delta x cubed minus 2x minus 2 delta x and minus x cubed minus 2x. So now we distribute negative sign into x cubed minus 2x and just rewrite everything else, and we have a limit x delta x approaches 0, x cubed plus 3x squared delta x plus 3x delta x squared plus delta x cubed minus 2x minus 2 delta x minus x cubed plus 2x over delta x. And now we simplify it. So it looks like we can cancel out this x cubed with this minus x cubed. And minus 2x we can cancel out with plus 2x. And we left with limit delta x approaches 0, 3x squared delta x plus 3x delta x squared plus delta x cubed minus 2 delta x. Now we divide all of these terms one by delta x. And we have limit delta x approaches 0, 3x squared delta x over delta x plus 3x delta x squared over delta x plus delta x cubed over delta x minus 2 delta x over delta x. So we can cancel out these two. So we have 3x squared. Here we cancel out this one and we left with delta x. So it becomes 3x delta x. Here we cancel out and gives you delta x squared. And here we cancel this one, it gives you minus 2. So now we have to find the limit delta x approaches 0 of 3x squared plus 3x delta x plus delta x squared minus 2. Now we substitute delta x is 0. So we have 3x squared plus 3x times 0 plus 0 squared minus 2. Simplify it, you have a 3x squared minus 2, which is the derivative of x cubed minus 2x by the limit process.